What is up, everybody? Welcome once again to the Unrelated Sports Podcast. I'm Andy McConnell. With me, as always, is my partner in crime, Mr. Cody Allstat. Cody, how are we doing?
We're doing great. It's weird. I'm seeing you for the second time on a Tuesday.
I know
Because I actually work today.
Yeah, this is different. This is really different. But hey, we already did the small talk at work, so that's good. So we don't
That's
have to
true.
do a lot with that. But how was your weekend? I know I've already asked this already.
It was very good. Let's see. Sunday is my weekend usually. What did we do? I had a daddy-daughter dance. That's always a highlight of the year. And then there was some great wrestling that same night, so that was fun.
Who had better dance moves, you or Abby?
Abby, 100%.
Okay.
100%. It's not even close. She can dance. She has rhythm. Her dad, not so much.
Don't worry, I can't dance either, so don't feel bad. I don't think most guys can dance at all. So
no,
even the ones that
pretty awkward out there.
They can. Yeah, even the ones that think they can dance, they can't dance.
No, I'm a great shuffle the feet dancer.
Yeah,
like
that's my kind of dancing.
Chandler out there from Friends when he was dancing.
Yeah,
deep cut.
That's nice. Sounds like a fun time though.
Yeah, definitely. How about you?
Let's see. Did I do anything? No, I didn't do anything exciting. Watched Cars Going Circles a lot. That was fun.
That sounds awful.
It was really fun, Cody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's see. Watched You and I Lose to Drake in very stupid fashion, in controversial fashion. That was fun. Watched a couple other basketball games, and then that's about it. Oh, finally beat Ashton in Mario Party. Finally got my
Mario
payback
Party, not Kart, huh?
No, we only play Mario Party this time. So finally got my payback though, or
nice.
My revenge.
Nice.
Yeah. Other than that, everything's chill. Everything's really chill. Hey, but like you, I did watch some wrestling this weekend, which is surprising.
Did you watch the state wrestling tournament or the Oklahoma State Iowa meet?
So I watched one period of the state wrestling on Saturday, and then I watched two matches of Iowa Oklahoma State on Sunday.
Okay, which period of which match?
Third period of Carter Smoss's championship match.
Yeah, that sucked.
So so close.
Yep.
And then the two matches I watched were. Is Angelo Ferrari, right?
Angelo Ferrari, yep.
And then whoever the heck wrestled after him.
Stephen Buchanan.
Yeah. Which Ferrari's one cocky son of a gun, but it's funny. I like it.
He's cocky, but he's also humble. It's a weird. If you watch the interviews afterwards, like he gave all the power to like his he like said just talked up his room, his wrestling room, his teammates, like he's like if I can in practice, if I can take down Stephen Buchanan, how can I not take down Plot? Like, he's just talking up his teammate, which ironically could be a national champion like match against his brother. Actually,
oh, that's actually a pretty funny storyline though. Very intriguing storyline.
Yeah, who are you rooting for if you're Angelo? I mean, you got to root for your blood or the guy that you're wrestling with every day.
You just hope nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the old saying? I just hope everybody has fun.
You act like that's a saying that you had to ask for, but that's one you say all the time.
Yeah, but I don't mean it.
I know, but you still say it a lot.
Yeah.
And if I'm Angelo, I'm kind of secretly rooting against my brother in that situation. Not because you want to see your brother lose, but morally because you want to be the one in your family to be the 4-time NCAA champ, not your brother.
Yep.
So if he's a 3 and you become a 4,
you
That's
can
pretty.
hold that over him.
Yeah.
It's like Peyton with Eli, or Eli with Peyton.
Yeah.
No, Eli has. Well, I guess Peyton has two as well, but Eli has two over Tommy. Like he can
Yeah.
really use that as ammo. But yeah, how much did Iowa end up winning that match by?
The final was 21-16.
Okay. And Ferrari's match basically it didn't quite seal the deal for Iowa, but
No.
they put one nail in the coffin.
So if they don't win that match, they don't win the duel because that'd take 3 away. That's 18. That puts 3 more onto Okie State. That's 19.
Yeah, so 6 point swing basically then. So
yep.
No, I got you.
I mean,
I still think my favorite. Oh, good.
It was a meet that each team had 5 of the matches where their guy was favored, and it was you thought probably gonna come down to bonus point wins, and Oklahoma State actually had more bonus point wins.
Okay.
But we ended up getting 6 wins.
My favorite part was Ferrari though, and what was it? Sudden victory, I believe, right?
Yes. Yep.
And then he just pulled up the 3 for Dale and David Taylor.
Yep, that was sweet. That was he called it before the ref called it, but it was pretty obvious at that point that it was 3 points and the match was his.
Yeah.
I mean, Carver during a moment like that is electric. You can just feel it in there. Like I don't know. Obviously I'm biased, but like a close meet like that, like I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Just the whole crowd jumping up for that one takedown. 3, it's so electric. Like it's an undescribable feeling, and for him to like, that's his first big moment at Carver. Well, he's gonna be a special one.
Well, that'll be a signature moment, basically, if he continues to go like good.
They're gonna be talking about this for years. Like Patrick Glory pinned Spencer Lee in one duel. That was I don't remember what year, but that they still talk about that all the time, and they didn't even win that duel. This is a true freshman beating a national runner-up from last year, a senior that's 3rd ranked, and he did it in style. Like it's not like he stalled into. He was the aggressor the whole match. He got 2 takedowns to Plot's 0. So, I mean, yeah, it just sweet moment.
Yeah, again, you even got somebody like me who's not a wrestling guy to kind of just go like, whoa, because I texted you right after that. So,
yep, it was intense.
Oh, that's good. So after the wrestling, or no, it was before the wrestling. I watched NASCAR. They were in Atlanta last year at this race. They had a cars type finish, the little 3 wide finish.
Oh yeah,
coming to the line. They were just about to have that again, but there was a big wreck on the backstretch, so NASCAR threw the caution when the leaders had just entered turn 3. Like they were going to be 3 wide, and so the field was frozen, and Christopher Bell was about half a car length ahead of Kyle Larson and Carson Hocevar, so he was given the victory. But it was like, oh, this was going to be another highlight type finish, and nope, not going to happen.
Was it a good caution to throw, or was it one that...
Yeah, there were a bunch of hard hits. There were some cars still coming from behind. The only thing, like, it seemed like every race during Speed Weeks, when NASCAR was in Daytona, if there was a wreck on the last lap, they couldn't make up their mind if they wanted to throw the caution or not. It's like every other race was the other thing. So it's just consistency. That's all us race fans ask for. Or just hear me out. If there's a caution on the last lap, don't have them race back the line. Just say, hey, we're going to re-rack it, and we're going to run 2 more laps again. Another, overtime, green, white, checkered, or just even a 1-lap shootout.
Yeah, that'd be better. Because, ending under caution is kind of... It's anticlimactic.
Yeah, but now I will say, like, two of the more iconic images in racing both did happen because of a yellow flag finish. Like when Dale Earnhardt finally won the Daytona 500 after 20 years of trying, that was coming to the white flag and the caution flag. So he got to take that, which, I mean, he got to take that last lap to soak it all in and everything,
Yeah.
which is cool. And then the year before that, when Jeff Gordon won his first Daytona 500, there was a caution with maybe 4 laps to go. And they ran the last 4 laps under caution. And when it was him, his teammates, Terry Labonte and Ricky Craven right behind him. So they got to have like a 3 wide finish, like for a photo op, basically. So that's cool. But yeah, but other than that, I mean, yeah, either just end it at its end of the race at its scheduled distance, or just re-rack them again. There's no harm. It's like, why not?
Right.
So
yeah, I get it. Like if a guy was trying to, like, it would suck for a guy like who cut it close on fuel. Just that would be your biggest issue.
Which that happened at Nashville last year because they had 5 overtime restarts like after the scheduled distance, and guys were having to run out of fuel left and right. And Joey Logano saved enough fuel, won that race, and that catapulted him on his run to the championship. Because if he doesn't win that race, he doesn't make the playoffs, and then he's not your champ. So kind of
because their championship format is terrible.
It is very terrible. No. Everybody thinks it's terrible except for the people running the show. But what do I know? What do we know?
Yeah. We're only like the most popular podcast ever.
Exactly. Right? At least in Northeast Iowa. So I'm going to say we'll say that.
Yeah, at least in the Cresco Fairway, we are the most.
Yes, we are. Well, I like it. So, finish was kind of anticlimactic, and then watched the Iowa duel, which is cool. But part of the reason why I turned that on is, so Cody, what do you know what one of my favorite football movies is of all time?
Remember the Titans.
Now, quick question: are you team strong side or left side?
I mean, like when I'm playing football, I'm left side.
Okay, well, I'm strong side. So, okay, you know I'm not strong, but
you smell.
Thanks, Cody.
Smell strong.
Okay. So, I was watching that movie, and that actually brings us to our very interesting Pest of the Week.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So, Andy's Decor Pest Control Pest of the Week is brought to you by Decor Pest Control. Call Cass for monthly and quarterly services of residential and commercial pest control for earwigs, cockroaches, ants, bed bugs, bees, fleas, box elder bugs, mice, and rats. Also does termite inspections. Call Cass at 563-419-3251 and tell him the boys at Unrelated Sports Podcast sent you. But our pest of the week is, well, Andy,
movies syndicated for TV. It's something really it's something really kind of weird, but so I'm watching Remember the Titans. One of my favorite scenes in that movie. We get introduced to Sunshine, Ronnie Bass.
Sunshine.
Thank you. You know the scene where Bass and his dad pull up. Gary Bertier makes a comment, "Hey boys, look at that fruitcake," and then next thing you know, he's getting drilled in the back with a football. And then next scene, they're in the locker room, they're trading Yo Mama jokes, and then normally after Louis roasts Petey with the last Yo Mama joke, there's then a fight that happens between Gary Bertier and Sunshine. And Cody, they didn't show the fight.
That's terrible.
I think it was on the CW, but yeah, they did. They cut out the fight scene, and it's like, and then also the cutout "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." I love that song too.
Okay, I'm more upset about the "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" being.
I know, so am I. That's honestly one more because I love that song, but yeah, it always seems like, again, it's just a little part of the movie, but it's
very important.
It really ticked me off, so I turned off the movie after that, and then that's why I turned on. That's why I watch wrestling.
Well, I think you made a good choice. That was a fun duel to watch. 2 and 3. I mean, it's the best rivalry in wrestling. Penn State's up there, like obviously because they're the best team in the nation right now, and they have been for a little while. But these are the two most storied programs, and like I think they showed between them, there are 58 national titles, national championships between those two teams, and all of the other teams combined have like 38.
That's good, right?
So it's two very storied programs.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just glad I actually, like I said, I'm glad I watched just a little bit of it at least.
I mean, you got to see a legend being born. The episode title of this episode should be "A Legend is Born."
Okay, I'm gonna put this in my notes so I don't forget this.
Yeah,
because I probably will. But yeah, no, that was, again, when you get me to watch wrestling, that it has to be something.
Yeah,
something
special's happening.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Full Swing season 3 is on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I was gonna check that out. I haven't yet, but
yeah, I haven't watched any of it yet. I want to watch the episode of Scotty Scheffler's arrest.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
Because I've heard you hear some very interesting things already through there, like firsthand things from other golfers who were there.
Okay.
So, for those of you that haven't watched, check it out, even just for that episode.
Yeah, it's a great show anyway.
Mm. Yeah, I'm curious what the big storyline's going to be this year, because last year, the first season they had, it was with the whole Live PGA Tour split.
Yeah.
And then this past year, like the big storyline was the Ryder Cup, like leading up to that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what the big one's going to be this one.
Yeah.
I did hear a rumor too that they're talking about maybe letting some of the Live guys partake in the Players Championship in a couple months, or I think it's next month.
Okay, that'd be good.
I'm watching the TGL right now on ESPN, and Brooks Koepka's actually there.
Is he?
He's in the stands, but it's just interesting just to see.
I did see that, like, they're having President Trump try to help negotiate with this between the terms of it. And he actually said, like, he came out and said that negotiating this is tougher than negotiating between Ukraine and Russia, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, but this is just always my personal opinion on all this stuff. Why are we having don't the politicians have other things they have to, like, more important things at hand instead of like this type of stuff?
I don't know about more important, but you'd think so.
Yeah, because like even like I think Congress has been in charge of like the NIL stuff and other like, or they've been fast tracking that stuff. It's like I think they have some other stuff they can work on. Could be wrong, but
yeah.
Hopefully for the game of golf. Hopefully for the game of golf, we get this figured out sooner rather than later.
It does make sense for Trump too, because he is. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but he makes more sense than others because of the fact that he is an avid golfer.
Yeah.
He's actually pretty good at it.
But my biggest point has been, I say just let the Live guys come back, or the ones that want to come back, have them come back, and then guess what? You get some automatic hatred. You get some rivals.
Yeah.
You get, like, even it'll be one of the. Oh, go ahead.
Phil ain't getting any love back. Like he's a villain now. It's
like it'd be one of those if you get, like, let's just say Jordan against Phil, Masters Sunday. Who are people going to be rooting for? I mean, people are going to hate Phil, and they're going to be rooting for Jordan all the way. Like, again, that's what sports need. They need guys who people want to root against.
I mean, look at how when like people hated DeChambeau for a while, but when it came down to DeChambeau versus Rory, I mean, you heard all the USA chants going on at that time. Like,
yeah, which it was the US Open too, so that did help.
That does help, but you need that hatred and that passion behind it.
Yep. And it's like what we saw with the Four Nations hockey tournament. Like,
oh yeah,
with the with all the national stuff, it's like people have pride, like national pride. They want to root for their guys. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there was teammates fighting each other, and
yeah,
like the Panthers teammates were fighting each other. Some on Canada and some on United States team, and
yep,
I mean that's just made for good hockey.
yeah.
I did see also
Good.
that Ovechkin is only like 12 goals away from
Gretzky's scoring.
tying Gretzky's
Yeah,
scoring record.
yeah. He's gonna break that. They think he's on pace by first week of April, I believe.
That's insane.
Yeah, that boy's kind of good. He can score a little bit.
I mean, he's still going to be second in points for a long time.
Yeah. Because what is it? Isn't it if you remove Gretzky's goal total, he's still like number one in points because of all his assists and stuff.
Yeah. He's number one by a long ways still.
Yeah. I think there's a reason they call him the Great One. Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt on who the GOAT of hockey is, like we see with every other GOAT, quote unquote, GOAT debate.
Yeah. There's a lot of debates in other ones. There is not a lot of debate in hockey.
No.
I mean, when you see guys, are there any other teams that don't have his number retired? I know there's multiple teams that have his retired.
I thought it was everybody. I could be wrong. I thought it was. Yeah. Yeah, that's when you know you're kind of special.
Yeah. When other teams that you've never played for, whatever, are retiring your number.
Yeah.
You might have a hot daughter. Oh, I mean, you might be very good.
Shout out Dustin Johnson. Oh.
Lucky son of a...
Yeah. So, Cody, do you want to talk about the NBA at all?
Oh, yeah. Still terrible.
Okay, good. Good to know.
Terrible product.
Here's the good news. College basketball-wise, I know you're still not the biggest college basketball fan, but college basketball, we got March Madness in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
3 weeks from tonight, along with your March Madness.
Madness coming up.
Yeah.
That'll be a Thursday.
It's exciting times.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till the Big Tens. I can't wait till... I love... For like wrestling, obviously, it's different than basketball with this, is there's no more ducking. There's no more avoiding having your competition. You just have to go out and, you know what? I take that back. There is some ducking still going on at like the Big Tens and Big 12 championships and stuff like that.
How? In all honesty, how?
So,
I don't know how.
They allocate the numbers like beforehand. So like, let's say that 32 weights qualify, or 32 wrestlers qualify at each weight class, for the NCAAs. Like, so Big Ten is the top conference, and some, like, I don't know how they figure it, but like, okay, they're going to get the top 8 place winners in the Big Tens qualify for the Big Ten or qualify for the NCAAs. Well, you get into like, okay, you're on the podium, so you're automatically qualifying. You might not wrestle a guy that is all like, if you're automatically already going to be in the top 8, you're like, well, if I'm not going to win it, I don't want to wrestle this guy, so I will forfeit out so that they can wrestle for the first time or without knowing anything about me, don't have a feel for me going into NCAAs, and or they can use it for seeding. Like, well, no, I don't have any big losses because I didn't actually, because they don't count forfeits as losses. I think the team that to fix a lot of it, you could just, the person that forfeits takes a loss.
Yeah,
and
like,
that
should.
Yeah.
Like,
because like you get injured in a match, it counts as a loss. So if you're forfeiting a match,
see, now that one I should say, if you like suffer a legit injury, that technically shouldn't count as a loss. If we want to go by that logic, a forfeit hands down should be though. Like,
I agree 100%, but they don't do it that way.
Yeah. But wouldn't you think, as a pride thing, wouldn't you want to go up against like best on best, especially if you beat them and then you beat them
Yeah,
again and again and again? It's like, yeah, I got your number.
yeah, I would think so, but that's not the way it works a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, what do I know? I don't know a lot.
Oh well.
Let's see. Do you have
Go.
a Wrexham update for us, concert?
So I know that they lost last Tuesday, but then they won on Sunday actually.
Okay.
They're still in third in the on their table. They're 3 points behind team ahead of them. They're
Okay.
they're they're fighting for second. Like, I guess it's still possible for them to get first in League One, but it's a long shot at this point. It's, I think, 2, 3, and 4 are very close. I think it's 6 points probably between the three spots. So obviously
Okay.
one and two, like I've said before, get automatically promoted. 3, 4, I think it's 3, 4, 5, and 6 will all have a playoff for that third and final promotion. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know how they do that. I don't know if like the highest seeded team gets home field advantage or anything like that. So you don't want to rely on that, but you never know.
Gotcha.
I mean, at the very least, Wrexham should be in at least that playoff, but I would like to see them not have to.
Yeah. Get the automatic pro. Yeah.
Yep.
I got you. I got you. Cody, before we get to, I think there was kind of some breaking WNBA news. It was kind of, I think, expected, but Diana Taurasi, arguably probably the greatest women's basketball player of all time, announced her retirement today.
Okay.
Yeah, she's good. She all-time WNBA's all-time leading scorer.
Awesome.
Won a bajillion championships at UConn. Like, yeah, kind of good. Kind of a big deal. So, congrats to her on a successful career. Well, sir, do you want to talk about football?
I thought you'd never ask.
Okay, because let's see.
I don't
know,
have a lot to talk about.
Just a couple of rumors.
Yeah, the rumor mill is definitely getting out. I did see Kirk Cousins is that, like, their GM is saying, no, he's going to be our backup this year.
Yeah, it's like the Browns GM saying, yeah, we're not trading Myles Garrett. That's code for somebody up the ante. Talk a little bit more here.
Yeah, and I think I'm starting to think more and more that the Dolphins are putting Tyreek on the trade block because Mike McDaniel has never really talked about injury stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about Tyreek's injury stuff. Like, oh no, he's going to be ready for training camp. He's like this, like kind of giving assurances publicly.
Yeah.
Kind of telling me like, oh shit, he's gone.
It's kind of like Brenton Gutekunst saying the same thing about Jair Alexander. Like, yeah, hey, just got to get Jair on the field more. Got to be healthy. Yada 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 yada. It's like, nah, he's gone. It's just it saddens me, but he's gone. Also, somebody who's gone. Aaron is gone. He's not going back to the JETS.
No, he is not.
Rumor has it his new home will be Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they already have a quarterback.
They have a better quarterback.
Yeah, they do. At this point in time, they do.
He's better than, as of today, he is a better quarterback. Matt Stafford is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Prime, I don't think so, but like it wasn't a humongous separation ever. I think Matt Stafford has always been a top tier quarterback.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what a good comparison would be for that. Like between, like, let's say Mahomes and who, like what you would say from Rodgers to Stafford. Like, who would you compare? Like
Rodgers is Mahomes.
Yeah.
I would say, ooh, that's a tough one because he's not Allen by any means. Or
I don't. Herbert. I mean, athletic. I mean, just physically gifted wise.
Yeah, but he has brains like that. Like, not that Herbert doesn't have brains. He just doesn't have that gene that Stafford has, and so does a lot of other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Not Burrow by any means.
Dak.
He's better than Dak.
Okay, I don't. I'm just trying to think. I'm just blurring out quarterback. Maybe there isn't a good comparison. I don't know. I
don't think there is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Baker.
No, I think he's better than
Baker.
Ever was too. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, we threw out some names.
Dude, I have Stafford up there as like better quarterback than I guess you might have him in your list.
Yeah, no, I watched Stafford play plenty of times in the NFC North. He's good. He's really freaking good.
Very good.
The only thing that I don't get is like, do the Rams think that they've reached their ceiling with their current group, so it's just kind of almost blow it all up?
They feel like it.
Like, because they're going to get rid of Cooper Kupp. It sounds like they're going to let Stafford explore trade opportunities, which sounds like he might go to the Giants. His brother-in-law works there now.
That's the rumors I'm hearing, yes.
Yeah, it's just, which if you're Stafford, why? Like, their offensive line's awful.
Yeah.
You're in the division with the defending Super Bowl champs and the NFC runners-up, and Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, why?
And you're willing to go into the terrible place that is New York City with like the media. The media will eat you alive in New York City. Like, don't get me wrong, he's better equipped than a lot of them are. He's not Rodgers going in there with the arrogance and the But
yeah. Ooh. Well, and just the way you look at what?
See,
what you got?
I Favre would be a better comparison to me. Like, who else was quarterback around Favre's time? Like, okay, in that one, I'm putting Rodgers to Tom Brady and Stafford to Favre.
Oh. Okay. I like it. I like that a lot.
That's more.
Yeah. Okay. I like that comparison. That's good.
Gunslinger too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that fits him to a T. And really tough son of a gun as well.
Yes.
I mean, both of them. But also, if you're Stafford, or especially if you're LA, why blow it up? Because look at the rest of the West. Arizona, you don't know what you got there. Seattle might trade Geno. I've heard that's a rumor, potentially. And then San Francisco has a bunch of guys that are aging that they have to figure out what they want to do.
The thing about San Francisco is scary, though, is that they just got their DC back.
Yeah, don't remind me. Still not happy about that. I mean, I think the writing was on the wall that was going to happen anyway. But yeah, that's... But also, Ash and I were talking about this the other day, though. With San Francisco, like McCaffrey, it's like with Cooper Kupp. He had one good, healthy season, but he can't make it through a full season. He just can't.
Yeah.
Like,
and you can't limit his touches. Like, that's to try to keep him healthy, because that's not what you do with a running back.
Especially when they're paying that much
money. Especially when he's electric, when he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah. So they have a bunch of interesting things that they have to discover. But that's why the Rams thing I don't get.
And they don't have a linebacker because he's already rich. He doesn't care. Did you see that? What was the linebacker that walked out in the middle of the game?
Oh, Devontae Campbell.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of, "I'm rich. I could retire right now," or something.
Yeah, guy has one good All-Pro season in Green Bay and then just all goes to his head.
Yeah.
So glad
Oops.
he's not there anymore. Yeah, oops, indeed. Trying to think, were there any other NFL rumors at all? I think that was about it.
Yeah. I did hear that Tyreek was the reason that Wes Welker got fired from the Dolphins training staff, but didn't read too much into it.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you saw this little video that was circulating the internet, but did you see what Haley Steinfeld called the rest of the AFC East?
Yeah. I don't like her.
I like it. I like it.
She's not wrong. Like,
no, she's not.
But yeah, I can't argue it yet.
No, just buying into it is a little. It's fun. It's fun, especially when somebody that's high profile like her, kind of.
Yeah.
Speaking of high profile, I did see Travis Kelce's coming back next year. By the way, not that I think there was a little question about that, but
yeah, I think I also saw Gronk rumors surfacing and then got stomped out already.
Yeah, which because he said the only person he would ever come back for and play is with Tommy, and then Tommy called her quits. So, and plus I think Gronk's he's like does a bunch of stuff with FanDuel. I don't think he actually can come back anymore.
Oh.
Like gambling wise, because that's kind of looked down upon now.
Pete Rose.
Shout out Jameson Williams. But nice. So yeah, kind of a short. This has actually been kind of one of our shorter episodes, Cody.
Yeah, definitely. There's not a lot to go talk about.
No, we're getting closer to March Madness, and the Masters is 6 weeks away.
Nice. And I'm guessing we're going to have a couple weeks off here. We're probably going to take some time off because I don't know about like scheduled, but when baby comes, I probably won't shoot for a week or two. And
you can multitask.
We don't like to do it. Yeah,
you can multitask, hold baby, in podcast.
That's true.
Heck, I see people. I saw a video today of somebody golfing when they had a newborn, or not maybe a newborn, but just a little baby with them.
Yeah, I did it I golfed the toddler a few times. I don't recommend it.
Oh, okay. Why's that?
I mean, if you have a clingy toddler, they want to be at your feet, and that's a very dangerous place to be. And they're quick. When you turn your eyes away from them for a second, they're gone, or they're in the middle of a sand trap playing like it's a sandbox, or they go up and move your golf ball, or
was that not allowed?
I wonder what the penalty would be for Aiden putting my ball into the hole.
It's probably just a 1-stroke penalty or whatever. So like if he puts it in from your second shot, then you're good. Then you at least, depending on what it is, either make par or birdie.
He could.
See,
I could top one off of the just off of the tee box, and he could pick it up and walk it all the way to the hole. And I just got an eagle on a par 4.
Chestnut checkers, Cody.
Or an albatross.
Yeah, see, chess, not checkers.
Oh, Aiden and I got some work to do this summer.
Hey, and then remember, as soon as new baby comes, we're going to start our curling team too. Then, so we got to get ready for that.
I think that might get me murdered.
As long as we put it on video, though, you'll at least have witnesses. You'll have witnesses on, so
fair.
Or evidence.
I think the Angry Moms Club might come after me too. I should have looked through the comments on that video you sent me of they're basically curling a baby in a car seat.
Yeah.
And I need to go back and look at just the comments because I'm guessing there was some angry people out there.
Ben, you're right. I'll go back and look at it after we're done recording because I am kind of curious as well. But the thing is, I could be wrong. I thought that video was from somewhere over in Europe.
Oh, then it doesn't matter.
Like I thought that's what it said, but
In Soviet Russia, baby drive you.
Okay, so since we're starting to go off the tracks already, should we go into our weekly top 5, Cancer?
Yeah, let's get it on.
Okay, so just a reminder to everybody out there, our weekly top 5 is brought to you by the boys at Lick Takes Lawn Care and Snow Removal, which, Cody, we're running out of snow.
Yeah,
it's like all
really
melted.
Quickly.
Which
I'm okay with it.
I am too, because I'm starting to get that golf itch for like about a month or two, and then when I start losing golf balls, it's going to go away until I finish my round with 1-2 good shots, and then it's like, no, we're back, baby.
Can't wait to go again.
So, for any questions that you may have about lawn care, or even if we do get another snowstorm, call the boys at Lick Tags at 563-203-4238. That is 563-203-4238.
Yeah, I think you just said the same. You didn't say the same number twice.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Did you say 3-8 or 5-8 for the last 2 numbers?
I have no idea. I don't know. Regardless, that's 563-203-4238. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I said what I need to.
Okay, maybe you were right. Maybe I heard it wrong the first time.
You are hard of hearing at times, so.
No, I just don't listen.
Oh, okay. Man, actually, I think that's most guys. We're all kind of like that. So, okay. Cody, what do we got for top 5 this week?
Today, we're going to throw some people off, especially since once they found out that I'm the one that suggested this. Our favorite books.
Wait, well, hold on. Why would that throw people off that you're the one that suggested this and not me?
Because I don't think people think I know how to read.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
I actually I don't do enough of it, but I actually have always loved reading. I love some of the books we read in high school, like Of Mice and Men, Great Gatsby. Hatchet was one of my favorites back in the day. I vividly remember a lot of books.
I know. I do too.
It was just, God, I had a lot of books that I read back in the day. I need to get back into it. I have a few, like 3 or 4 books kind of on my bedside table that I plan on reading that I just haven't.
Yeah, I always say I'm going to for like car rides or for plane rides or whatever, and then half the time I just always fall asleep, or I'm listening to a podcast or whatever.
Yeah. The social, I should do Kindle more, because honestly I think I could do that easier than I could anything else. But okay. We'll start off with I kind of went mostly series actually of books instead of individual books. But it's like I kind of read all of the teenage girl books and boy books. Like, I don't know, I like Hardy Boys. I used to read those all the time when I was a kid. And
okay.
But my 5th favorite series was actually the Dexter books, Darkly Deep Dreaming Dexter, and there's I don't know how many books there were, but the TV show Dexter was inspired by a book series, and it is fantastic. And
I don't think I knew that.
The first book was very similar to the first season of the show, and then they veered way off.
Okay.
So you can read the books, and it's different stories than like what you watched in the show.
Interesting.
Yep.
I did not know that.
I think the author's name was like Jeffrey Lindsay.
Okay.
I believe. This is off the cuff, so I might be wrong on a lot of this, but
okay, I gotcha. Okay, my number 5. I'm gonna go back to kind of. I think this was like maybe late elementary, junior high. Maybe it was elementary. I don't know, somewhere in this ballpark. But the book was called Football Nightmare. It's by Matt Christopher. He used to write a bunch of like kind of kids sports books. I loved Matt Christopher books, but
okay.
No, Football Nightmare was always that was always one of my favorite books. About a kid drops a big pass and ending his team's undefeated season, has to live with it for a year. Like wanted to quit football, like the whole 9 from there. You kind of get the gist of it, but I always loved the book. I always loved that book and just the story within.
God, that's good. Like just talking about this actually, like, is just bringing up a bunch of different books in from my childhood, because like there was like a book, I think it was called Wrestling Sturbridge, was one of my favorite ones. I would go to the library and just like search the word wrestling and just
That
get books based on that.
was basically me with any sports book.
There
Just
there
in all
was a
honesty.
God, there was a basketball book I read back in the day that I loved, and it was basically like the guy made a deal with the devil, and
Ooh,
um I read that book in like one day. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna have to look into the seeing if I can find the name of that one. But my fourth favorite book is actually, it's the first book of a series. The whole series you could actually say are my favorite, but some of my favorite. But the first book was I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell.
okay.
It's by a guy by the name of Tucker Max, and they were just short stories that he wrote about his life and him being a partier and kind of a womanizer. And it was just like, I remember the first time I read it was flying to Florida with one of my friends, and I just bought the book on a whim because it looked good in the window, and I was laughing hysterically reading this in a silent plane, getting so many odd looks, but it was worth it. The author's name is Tucker Max.
Okay.
They made a movie
Like,
based on it too, actually.
what about the people that were sitting right like next to you? Were they kind of
Well,
giving you weird looks or?
the one right next to me was my buddy.
Okay, okay,
He
I
didn't
got you.
say anything, but I don't remember. I don't think so.
Okay,
Maybe some sideways glances.
nice, 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 nice. Um, okay, so my number four, and this is kind of a theme because I like to read a bunch of like basically biographies or even autobiographies type stuff. And this one I did read in junior high. It's called Driver 8. Is by Dale Earnhardt Jr. and like basically his PR guy Jade Gruss, detailing like Junior going through every race and detailing Junior's rookie season. And I don't know, I just always found it fascinating, just kind of learning everything through there, through the deaths of Adam Petty and Kenny Irwin, like kind of like I remember reading that book, and Junior actually pulled off the track the practice session after Kenny Irwin died because his throttle just about hung when he was going over the bumps going into turn three. Because his dad had told him, "Hey, if you feel anything wrong like that, I think hit the kill switch, which basically kills the motor, and pull off the track." And then they tried to fix it, and that's what ended up happening.
Wow.
Yeah, you learned some very very interesting things just about all that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Might make NASCAR more interesting for a little bit. Like, just know, like, I think that's what getting that perspective is like what helped a lot of those shows, like that F Drive to Survive,
Yep.
helped F1 so much because people were getting like to know more about everything about it, and that made it more interesting.
Yep. Nope. Agree 100%.
Um, my number three is a series that hopefully finishes someday. It's the Game of Thrones series.
That was a book too. Okay.
Yeah,
Did not
that
know. Did not know that.
everybody knows that one.
Well, I didn't.
George, yeah, well, you're not smart.
Okay.
George R. Martin, and very good books. The the tangled web that he weaves is just fantastic. But he's got one book. I mean, it's been 15 years since the last one came out. Like, when the show started, it was, you know, the first book was season one, basically. Well, he they made it kind of sound like he would finish the series before the series got finished. Well, no more books came out in that time, and there's supposed to be two more coming out in the, but George R. R. Martin's 77 or so.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he's not the most physically fit person you'll ever see.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I know that.
Yeah. So,
So
and he's not really like that dedicated to it because he's working on other shows, and God, I hope he someday gets them finished.
yeah, that are just gonna be the one of life's greatest mysteries. That just
Yeah,
how okay.
the second half of Me and Bobby McGee.
Is that a book too? I honestly don't know.
No, it's a song.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Sorry. But is this the first time that I've ever disappointed you?
Jan Janis Joplin's song, Me and Bobby McGee. There's anyway. Just before I get upset, go on.
Okay, my number three is actually one that you did mention earlier. It's Hatchet.
Oh, nice. That was a great
I
book.
love.
Gary
I
Paulson.
love. Yes, sir. I loved Hatchet, and then I believe they made a second one. Then it was like Brian's
Like,
Return
okay.
or something like that.
Remember, was Call of the Wild? Was that a? Was
Maybe
that
that's.
this?
I don't know. Maybe that was the second. I honestly
That
don't
might have
know.
been
I
it.
can't remember. But no, I loved Hatchet though.
Yeah, that was good. Very good. Um, my number two is also another series. Oh god, what is the author's name?
Oh boy.
It's Hunger Games. Susan Collins.
Okay.
You know the Hunger Games.
I know them. Have not read them or seen them though.
Oh, I think those to me are the best books to movies. Like they did a. I think there are people obviously that disagree with this, but I think that they are one of the best at like that. That was some of the best series that went from books to being recreated as a movie that followed the best. Because usually, like you cut out a lot. They cut out a lot still, but they did a very good job with those, staying true to the
Okay.
storyline.
Which why don't more and no side note here, but why don't you think more movies go like that? Like they want to try to like why do they want to veer away?
Time, I think, is a lot of
Okay.
it. You have to
Okay.
cut some plot to.
But now like if you're doing a TV show, you think that'd be easier than to do.
You'd think so, and that's kind of what the. Well, we'll get into that in a second.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to get ahead.
No,
Um okay, so can I go to my number two? Just want to make sure I'm
numero
not interrupting.
dos from Andy.
Okay, numero dos. It's another racing book. It's Michael Waltrip's In the Blink of an Eye. Um, it's talking about February 18th, 2001. It's the day where Michael Waltrip got his first career win, driving for Dale Earnhardt, and then literally, like that, everything changed, and what was the best day in Mikey's life became the worst. It's. I like the book. It just details all Michael's upbringing, how he kind of even barely knew his brother Daryl, more famous brother Daryl,
Yeah.
and then just his trials and tribulations, and then finally breaking through, and then all the details of how basically everything went down in Victory Lane, and when he kind of figured out that something bad happened, basically.
Yeah.
So, very interesting, very good book. I actually used that book as part of a research paper, like
Interesting.
one of my sources, and only missed half a point on that freaking paper. So close. But okay, so I know what number one is, but
Yeah,
tell the people
everybody
what number one
that
is.
has ever met me is going to know what number one is. It is the Harry Potter series. I love Harry Potter. It's ridiculous how much I like Harry Potter. And the reason I was laughing about that, they made movies. They made 8 movies out of the 7 books.
They made movies.
I will fight you to the death. They are HBO Max is supposed to be bringing out a TV show, and it's as of now supposed to be each season is a book. So,
Why? Like in all honesty, why?
I
Why?
will
No,
fight you.
no, not a bad, but just like you just came out with the like. I don't understand. You already have the movies. Why come out with a TV show? Like
I honestly think
that.
that they're trying to be truer to the books.
Okay, I gotcha.
That's my hope and belief, but I could be way off too.
Okay.
The dude that played, oh god, why can I never remember his name? The really good soccer player or football player. That's one of the main characters of Ted Lasso.
Danny Rojas?
No,
Jamie
the
Tart?
one. No, the one that has the same ex-girlfriend as Jamie Tart.
Oh, Roy Kent.
Roy Kent. He is supposed to be playing Hagrid, I believe. I just read.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. You know my thoughts on Harry Potter. So
you're stupid.
what would be the first time you said that?
Won't be the last.
That's true. Okay. So my number one. It's an. Hey, look, we got a kitty.
Say hi, Bella.
Okay. So my number one.
Just so you know, named after a Harry
Okay.
Potter character.
Did you know there's a Harry Potter character named that? So
Bellatrix Lestrange.
okay. Yeah, didn't know that. But so my number one, another visual book here. It's Stuart Scott's autobiography. It's called
Nice.
Every Day I Fight. I love Stuart Scott, especially one of probably my favorite Sports Center anchor of all time. And it details his cancer fight along with just his coming to ESPN, how he navigated basically being different. I mean,
Yeah.
just how he brought some like swagger, some flair to just reading sports highlights. And then just detailing his cancer battle, how the saying "booyah" came about. Just kind of crazy stuff like that. And then even about his go in depth about his SV speech and how he just about didn't even make it to that.
One of the best speeches ever.
I don't know. Every V week I have to watch that speech and Jimmy V's speech, but I have to watch both of those.
Those are both very good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, absolutely love this book. It's a New York Times bestseller, so it's really good. But it just it tugs at the heartstrings a bit too.
Yeah.
So
this might get me to want to read again.
Like I said, I don't know because I think I got this. Where did I get this? At Barnes and Noble. And this was like, I don't know, about like 8 years ago, whenever the heck I got it. But if you do want it, highly recommend it. So yeah, see, Cody, I do read a little bit rather than just stuff on the internet.
It's good. You're more cultured than I thought.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you for that compliment.
Yeah, I mean it.
I can tell you do. You're just shaking your head no because of the cat. So
yeah, it has nothing to do with me not agreeing with the things I say about you.
Yeah. Okay. So, got anything else you would like to say to the wonderful people of the interweb?
Remember, fullbacks are people too. Hi, Cat. And make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment.
Let us know your
make
favorite
fun of
book.
Andy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us some. I got some suggestions of books to read.
Yeah. Or even just other people who are listening to this that would want to read. I mean,
yeah,
reading is good. Reading is good.
Definitely.
So, and again, it's a good way to pass some time too. Like, before you know it, you're like 4 chapters in, and it's taking you about an hour, or just roughly, maybe not that much, but you know what I mean.
What are you doing, Cat?
Cat causing trouble?
A little bit. The cat is attacking my mouse, actually.
Okay, well, before somehow your cat does something and it kicks us all off, so just make sure to like, subscribe, rate, review, leave us a comment like we said, and I guess we will see you next week.
Peace.